Buffalo, bro.
Coming up, we'll see the AFC North champion Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Buffalo Bills. AFC East champs for the first time in 25 years. It's the start of the 2021 season, and it's headed your way next.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Bill Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, everyone, Brandon Gaudin, so happy to be with you to kick off this much-anticipated 2021 season. With me in the booth as we begin our 6th season together is, of course, Charles Davis. And, CD, so much to watch for coming up. What are you keeping an eye on?
Well, Brandon, I'm ecstatic to be back with you, of course, and we've got a good one right here out of the gates. I'm interested in seeing some of the changes in 2021. Running backs and wideouts, even linebackers wearing single-digit numbers. But even more than that, I want to see the changes defenses have made, because last year we averaged 49.6 points per game. That's the highest ever by 3 full points. Can these defenses make an adjustment and start to catch up?
Yep. And we are underway in Buffalo. Here come the Steelers now on offense, led out by a man who's been at the controls since 2004. 6-time Pro Bowler, Ben Roethlisberger.
And it's not out of the question. It's not out of the realm at all to wonder if this might be the final season for Big Ben, either in a Steeler uniform or in the NFL period. He re-signed back in March saying, "It's my greatest honor to be a Pittsburgh Steeler and give my all for the organization."
And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job, because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And this is incomplete. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. So here come the Bills for their first goal on offense, led by their Pro Bowl quarterback. Now in his 4th season, it's Josh Allen.
And, partner, when you hear about a 6'5", 235, 240-pound quarterback, you don't often think of him being overlooked coming out of high school, do you? That's exactly what happened to Josh Allen. Overlooked, ended up going to a junior college, Reedley Community College out in California, before matriculating to the University of Wyoming, and the Cowboys were so glad to get him.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. had 6 defensive backs there, so go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now Allen. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Slack 20.
Roethlisberger will throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Singletary to get the drive started. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Allen. He hits Beasley right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out, and they've got it 1st and goal at the 3. What a place to start. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Touchdown! It's complete. Eric Ebron from 3 yards out. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go!
And now here comes the Steelers defense once more. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
We also have the talent, the big plays in Minnesota, but Stephon Diggs really elevated his game in Buffalo last year. Led the NFL in catches with 127. There's another one right there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's go! Come on.
Now Allen. And Beasley with it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. To the air, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second and 11.
Hey, got tight left, tight his left. Hey, home.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. On the left side, he finds Beasley. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
And no team gap for the quarterback quite like the Steelers did last season. They led the NFL in sacks and quarterback pressures, and there's another one right there. This Pittsburgh team, always known as Blitzburgh.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Allen finding Knox there, complete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 4th down, on is the former Dolphin Matt Hawk to punt for Buffalo. Deontay Johnson deep for the Steelers. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. That's swung out wide to Harris. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd and 8. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Diggs with a good footwork. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Allen going to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Allen to throw it. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know how receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On 2nd down, this is Harris. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. On 2nd and 9, Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Allen now looks to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that. Still, all in all, a huge play, and now they're set up 1st and goal at the 1.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bills have cut it to within a score. And boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Now the try here for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Johnson now returning. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part, but they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. And this one too low. Johnson the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there.
And a lot of times you talk about establishing the ground game. Probably something they need to do more of here losing in the second quarter.
When you're riding your best horse, you've got to lather him up. The best running backs I've ever talked to, they've all said the exact same thing to me. I'll even break a good sweat until I get to 20 carries.
You're full of good wisdom. Let's see if they can get him into the game more now. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but Cole Beasley, he's in his 10th NFL season, and in 2020, his best year yet. 82 catches, close to 1,000 yards. Loves the freedom that this Bills offense affords him.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Singletary, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Bills on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The kick by Bass is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Jerry Hughes. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And the Steelers normally have a good offensive line protecting Big Ben. They allowed just 14 sacks all of last year, the lowest total in the NFL. But in this one, they've given up 2 sacks already.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Steelers send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Bills offense back out onto the field.
And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And he finds Beasley complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Here's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 and a 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again, but it'll be 2nd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool,
43 yards. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He'll dump that one off to Moss, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. To throw, it's Allen. And he's got his big tight end here. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now Allen again. Uncorks one for Davis. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. And it's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Steelers in that first half. And despite the big lead, they really did next to nothing throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage. We'll see how aggressive they want to be going forward. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Singletary again. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Allen. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On the give, this is Singletary. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
2nd and 2.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Ebron caught left side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. Roethlisberger. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. His throw incomplete.
Chase Claypool, the intended target.
And it's 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. To throw on 2nd and 10, Allen. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Allen to Beasley, first down, Buffalo.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, flush to his right.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And Singletary has it stripped. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That swung out wide to Harris. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Najee Harris with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 18 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense back out ready to go.
And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Cameron Hayward just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Singletary here running out of the gun. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Being chased out left. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Here's Matt Hawk now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On the give, this is Harris. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
That's it. That's it. Big hit.
The Steelers send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. On first down, Allen. And Diggs has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Allen going to throw. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards to pick up there. From the 44, Allen. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Allen. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt.
Allen hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And now off to the races down the right side, past the 20. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. Yeah, here come the Bills. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He finds his man. That's Sweeney. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Allen, and pressure coming, and they got him once again. Cameron Hayward able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's going to go down again. Stephon Tuitt picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. The Steelers ready for their next possession. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
At the 50-yard line.
So that'll back him up 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line.
Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion. And for Josh Allen, that last pass puts him over 10,000 passing yards now in his young career. And you think about it, he came into the league in 2018, so he's trailing only Baker Mayfield from his class who got there sooner. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And again, it's Allen. The left side caught by Diggs. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. Accelerating, and off he goes. 30. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener.
And they will get another road test next week as they head to Vegas to take on the Raiders.
Meanwhile, for Buffalo,